Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Unfiltered World podcast show. And thank you for being with us from the day we started and till today. We are very grateful and we do appreciate you very much. Okay. Today we are talking um, why relationships are failing today. Okay. Why is your relationship failing today? Okay, let me go through some points, okay, and see if we can find anyone who can relate, okay. And if you do relate, please don't forget to subscribe and follow us for more. Don't forget to click the bell on the YouTube so that you can get the latest episodes, and the bell will give you notifications of the latest episodes, okay. And your subscribing or your subscription means a lot to us. It's the one thing that encourages us to work as hard as we can, to produce as much content as we can, to provide as much value as we can. Without further ado, let me dive in to today's episode. Today's episode, it's episode 25, okay. In today's episode, we ask the question, why relationships are failing today. Now, if marriages lasted till death before, I'm talking about the word before, the 80s, okay? Those were the 80s, the 70s, 60s, and 50s, okay? Those marriages, they lasted for life, okay? Now, fast forward to our days, the years we are living in, the years of social media, okay? The years of content, the years of internet. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm saying, if marriages lasted till death before, then why are relationships ending over like what over WhatsApp today? Why are relationships are ending over WhatsApp? Now the answers are simple. Firstly, like the issues of social media first, okay? It because this case is more than WhatsApp, okay? Why are relationships ending over WhatsApp? In fact, it's over social media. Now, to answer the question, it's simple. The simplest answer is secrecy. People have become more secret and have no shame to have multiple partners. Some they even have like 5 partners at once. Some more. Okay. And the issue of WhatsApp, it's even worse because your partner can easily hide you from statuses, from like everything, like on WhatsApp. WhatsApp does allow that. Someone can easily hide you without you noticing, and you won't notice most of the time until you go through, until you go through some things, like when you need someone and someone always makes excuses, this and that, okay? And then that's when you will notice that maybe there's something wrong that I didn't notice, okay, at first. Maybe there's something wrong that I never noticed before. Like when we started, everything was okay, fun. Like I used to see my partner's statuses, okay, partner's profile, like simple things, okay. Like she or he would often tag you on social media, okay. Maybe talk about you, share everything that you do, okay, outside. before everything becomes secrets. And then as time goes on, the pattern will change. Now usazoqala like akufihle, akuhide. Now that's probably the most red that is probably the most huge red flags when it comes to any relationship. When someone hides you, that explains one thing. It's either there's someone in between or you may be a second option. It may explain a lot of things. It may explain doubt. It may explain that you are not like prioritized or you shouldn't be prioritized or you are in fact loved based on the benefits or based on anything or on anything that may be involved in between. Okay, some people they hide other people for many reasons. Okay, those are the biggest red flags when it comes to any relationship. As soon as someone starts hiding you, that means you have to suspect something before it's too late. Okay, you have to suspect something. Otherwise, what could be the reason for someone to hide you? Okay, and secondly, we have problems with phones nowadays replacing simple conversations. Okay, most of the times, simple relationships they are not even there simply because of everyone has a phone nowadays. No one has time. You won't even know where you stand all the time. It's all about the phone. It's all about social media. It's all about content. You will never know where you stand until the day comes. And by that time, it's going to be way too late. That's what happens. Now, the thing is, in any relationship, as far as I'm concerned, is that a lack of communication is the root of the ending, mostly, most of the time. Lack of communication equals lack of intimacy. Lack of intimacy equals less connectivity. Okay? There's no connection after that. Your relationship is now on free fall, okay? Slowly, you won't see it until you hit the bottom, okay? And by the time, who knows, you may not even survive. Just like any other relationship, they never survive. Lack of communication is the most it's like a disease in any relationship. It doesn't matter whether you are married or not. It's always gonna result in the same situation, breakups. A small argument can easily turn into a breakup. Small argument can simply turn into a breakup. And quite interestingly, most people they don't want that, and yet they are the reason why those breakups happening. No one is perfect in a relationship. No one is perfect. And the other thing is that uh, most people who are in a relationship they have the wrong idea when it comes to relationships. They have this narrative of watching romantic movies like Romeo and Juliet, the poetries and stuff, like all those things. The movies like all those romantic movies, okay? I simply put it simple. Those are just scripts. If your relationship runs on a script, somehow it's gonna end. Somehow it's gonna end. Because what scripts does in a relationship. Scripts, they only do one thing. It's supposed to be always a honeymoon, okay? But reality tends to be far more different than the script itself, okay? A serious relationship never runs on a script. A long lasting relationship never runs on a script. Script, it's just a movie. And that's what most people expect when it comes to relationships. They expect the same script, something that you've been watching on Netflix or maybe DSTV. They always expect something like that. Some they even go to a further point of turning a serious relationship into a content. Okay? Yes, you can turn it into a content, but beware that at some point that script may create a new problem that you have never expected, especially when the comments start flooding in. Cause should someone who you once dated before in your lifetime enter your inbox and tell you that your man is cheating, you shouldn't trust him, or your girlfriend is cheating, you shouldn't trust him, and I have the evidence, and then he decides to leave it just like that, no further explanation, nothing, and then he blocks you, and then trust me, from that point onwards, nothing will ever be the same, because you will suspect and you will start digging, and the further you dig, the further it goes. It can stretch up to 10 years. And by the time you may be even having family, you may be having children and stuff. Now, children, they automatically become victims of circumstance. Because the moment you break up, who suffers? Children, as always, okay? Now, to prevent all those things, trust is everything when it comes to relationships. And communication is everything when it comes to relationship, long-lasting relationships. And then there's this other point of money, okay? Relationships nowadays, they are measured in money. Where there's no money, there's no joy. Where there's no joy, usually it's always about the same thing, money. Now, money has become an anchor in every relationship, okay? Now, the question is, if money is capable of deciding your fate today, then how will your relationship stand the test of times? It won't. Because as soon as your partner loses a job, that's where all the cracks begin. They will show. As soon as one of you loses the job, the cracks will show. Because the reality will show itself. Just like the devil himself. People, they tend to wear many masks. People, they tend to have the most, like, what do you call it? It's the most sweetest script that you could ever find in a movie. And the moment you got retrenched, the moment you lose a job, the moment something bad happens to you, you are in a hospital, you can no longer walk, you can no longer be the person who you once were when you fell in love. Cracks will show. And then from that point onwards, nothing ever will work. Nothing ever will work. Simply because you have just lost a job. Maybe now you are probably going to live in a wheelchair. Or maybe, in fact, she will stay until you get your money, the rough money. And then from that point, after that money is gone, relationship is gone. That's what's happening. in our days. Money is the new relationship, not the relationship itself. Money is the new relationship. People, they can no longer, like, there's no, how can I put this? There's no longer, I'm trying to think of this. There's no longer patience, okay? There's no longer patience in our relationships today. Where there's no money, there's no relationship. It doesn't matter how much. If you can't spoil someone, that relationship is gone. It's simple as that. Most of the time. Because even marriages, even in marriages, as soon as someone loses something, a relationship is gone. I even saw the other day something like there was this guy who, yes, it was on YouTube, okay? There was this guy who, yes, it was Bernie Madoff. It's Bernie Madoff. Like, I've been watching Bernie Madoff story, okay? And Bernie Madoff story is one of those stories that constantly teaches us that we can't, like, we should stop. In fact, we should stop thinking that uh, sometimes loyalty itself needs a price, okay? Because when Bernie Madoff was a billionaire, his wife stood by him. And please bear in mind, everything I'm saying here, it's allegedly, okay? Bernie Madoff, when he was a billionaire, his wife stood by him through everything until the day Bernie Madoff went to prison. His assets frozen, houses froze, houses. The government took care of those houses in order to recover the amount stolen. Okay, and then when she sees that she'll be poor and she has no means of starting afresh because of the age, perhaps, or for perhaps by any reasons she had at the time, she wasted no time, not even a single time. She decided to find another rich man, and life goes on. So I'm pretty sure that he never saw it coming until it happened, okay? She never, she ne- he, Bernie Madoff, never saw it coming until it happened. He lost everything, and then relationship gone. There are many more relationships that went the same direction. I'm always seeing the same thing again and again on Facebook, repeating itself. It's always the same thing again and again. Relationships that are being built on money, they never seem to, at first they seem like they are, like, like when a relationship is still new, like it's always honeymoon and stuff, because you afford to take her anywhere she wants, okay? She eats everything that she wants. She has any bag she wants. She affords to do whatever she wants. She can have anything that she wants. But as soon as the money dries up, as soon as the money dries up, then the relationship from that point on is gone. That's what's happening today, because relationships, they are no longer built on something concrete. They are only built on money. So so far I really think that I do answer the question why relationships are failing today. Okay? And then my solutions on such problems are simple, like more practical. Okay? Firstly, you don't have to date for beauty, curves, and other things, money and stuff, like all those things. At first, you have to date with a purpose, not pressure. You don't have to be under pressure to date someone. You don't have to date someone because of the physiques, because of the money, because of anything that you could think of. Okay? You don't have to date because of those things. And secondly, when you have when you have just found someone who you can date, someone who you can be with, someone who you don't think you can be separated with, okay? Someone who gives you time, someone who gives you everything that you desire. Phones. Step away from the phone just for a minute, just for an hour. Step away from the phone. Concentrate on building communication, intimacy, playing, okay? Outside activities or outdoors activities. Paint the house together if you have to. Wash windows, wash dishes, wash a car together. Okay? Simple things. It's not always about money. There are many things that you can do together. Go swimming together. Watch Netflix together. Have a meaningless debate together. Debate anything, but make it fun. Don't make it serious. Okay? Those are simple things to strengthen a relationship, to give life to a relationship. And then the last thing, or the last uh, solution to a dying relationship, teamwork goes a long way. Teamwork goes a long way in a relationship. Everything that you do, make sure it's all about teamwork. A man is not obligated by any means to pay a 100% bill all the time. But today, why don't you make it 50-50? Or maybe sometimes pay the whole bill. Okay? There's no shame in that. If you want something like a car, finance it 50-50. Everything, finance it 50-50. If you have children, stop arguing who's supposed to fetch children today. Who's supposed to wash dishes today? Who's supposed to clean the house today? Who's supposed to bath the child today? Who's supposed to take the children to sports today? Whose turn to do this? Whose turn to do that? Stop arguing over simple things like yesterday we had intimacy, and then today why we should have intimacy just because we had intimacy yesterday. Or how many times should we do intimacy today? Like for you to be satisfied. Like those are things that shouldn't be even be considered. Like you don't have, like in a relationship, those are the things that kills most relationships, because those things they usually go straight to one point, fighting. And as soon as you start fighting, nothing ever goes well. It's like as soon as you took a break in a relationship, the moment you took a break in a relationship, that relationship is gone. Gone, straight gone, because nothing ever will be the same. It will never be the same. It can't be the same. It won't be the same. By any means, it could never ever ever be the same. So, finally, as I'm closing today's episode, it's very important that family relationship. So, it's family relationships aren't failing because, okay, family relationships aren't failing because love is dead. They are failing because, excuse me, we skip the work, scroll past the hard times and the hard talks, and expect perfection from imperfect people. Love today needs three things more than ever. The first thing is patience. The second thing is communication and teamwork. Those are the main things. Those are the most important things in any relationship. Patience plays a very big role. Communication and then teamwork. Those are the foundations of building a concrete love relationship and a very enjoyable relationship. So, if you do enjoy and if you did enjoy or relate, if you do relate to today's episode, please do subscribe and don't forget to comment your thoughts, because your views are more valuable than anything else in the world. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.